Hello, my name is Helen Shell and I'm an artist who works for the Sun Space Art team, where artists and scientists work together. Sun Space Art is a project which uses arts and crafts to teach space science to schools, children and families. It is funded by the STFC, which is the Science and Technologies Facilities Council. Today's activity is Flags of the Solar System, which should take 2 to 3 hours. There are 8 planets in our solar system. The first planet is Mercury, then we have Venus, Earth, then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, then Uranus, and then the last planet is Neptune. You will need to find out about the solar system planets, the Sun and the Moon from websites and books. The Sun Space Art website has lots of information and resources, and so does NASA, the American Space Agency, and ESA, the European Space Agency, where you can download images and space science facts. I would ask that you look, invent, make and recycle. Remember, if you use recycled objects, please ask an adult first. The other thing I should mention is that you should never look directly at the sun, as it harms the eyes. If you go to the STFC website, you will find that there are some really good space resources which you can order. You can either get actual books and posters, or you can just download them from the website. And remember, you can always go to your local library to get books about space. Today, we're going to do Flags of the Solar System. Now, you will need a few extra materials for that. Mostly, we're going to need something to put our flag on so we can wave it around. I've got my special box of plastic lids, which I've saved up and I use for workshops. It's a very good idea to have some really good patterns and materials. This is a piece of old wrapping paper, and that's something I cut out of an art magazine. So think about things that you have around and you can reuse on your flags. Also, a very useful thing is to have some circles to draw around. Today, I'm going to make a flag for Jupiter. Jupiter is an amazing planet. It's the biggest planet in our solar system. It's the oldest planet in our solar system, and it's made out of gas. A couple of years ago, NASA sent a mission to Jupiter called Juno, and this mission has taken some amazing pictures of Jupiter. I recommend that you have a look online and find some of those pictures to inspire you for your flag. But there are also many pictures of the other planets as well. So here's one I made, which is Saturn. And see, it's got this big ring round it. So you can be quite adventurous. And on the back, I'd like you to write some facts about your planet. I also made a couple of flags about the sun. So make them bright and make them bold, and make sure you write those facts on the back. I've put some card out, which is what you'll need for your basic flag. First of all, I'm going to stick some of these collage materials on. Now these are cut out from magazines. They're the kind of colours of Jupiter. Jupiter looks a bit stripy and it's a kind of pinky orange colour. So that's what I have chosen for this. So I'm just going to take a piece of card like that, and I'm going to stick them on in stripes, and then I'm going to cut them out. I'm going to take one of my circles and I'm going to draw it to make my nice round planet. So now I've got the circle all drawn out there. I'm going to cut that out. Now when you're cutting out, always really concentrate on the line and make sure you get it into a really good sharp shape. But it means you have to really look what you're doing all the way around. So there we go. So now I've got a nice stripy, stormy planet, which I'm going to stick on my blue flag. You can choose whatever colours you like best. Now Jupiter, because it's so huge and so old, has lots and lots of moons. So I found these little circle shapes like this, and I'm going to stick some of those round Jupiter as if it's some of the moons. You could write around there if you want, but mainly I want you to do the writing on the back. You can always paint on these as well if you'd rather do painting, or using crayons or oil pastels are very good to use. You can plan them out first and think where you'd like to put things. Okay, now of course we have this like this, but it needs to go on a little flagpole. Now the way I've found is the easiest is to actually sellotape it on. So first of all, we're going to get the card like that. I'm going to leave a little bit on the end there because I'm going to add a little feature onto that as well. So I'm going to hold this in place first so I can make sure that it gets stuck on where I want it to be stuck on, and that will hold it in place. There. I've got an old pen top, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick that on there like that. So the next stage to this would be to take the back of it, to do your research and find out about the science of Jupiter. You could write about the Juno mission, you could write about the moons of Jupiter, or you can just write about the history of it, or even look up what it's made from. And there you go, there's a flag for Jupiter. You might want to make something smaller and quicker. You could always make a mission badge. All you need is some card and to draw around a circle. And once you've got your circle, you can fill it in and draw a design. You could put a rocket on it, you can put the planet on it, some stars, anything that you fancy. Here are some examples of mission badges. So here's my mission badge that I actually had made for me, which was about a mission of a woman going to the moon. But it's not a real mission, it was a pretend mission, but I had a mission badge made exactly like the mission badges that they make at NASA and ESA. This, of course, is the very famous NASA mission badge. This is Tim Peake's mission badge to the International Space Station. This one here is a very well-known image. This was used for the Apollo mission, the first mission to the moon in 1969. So think about a mission badge and think how you would like to make one and what name you would give it. I hope you've enjoyed this workshop and it's given you lots of ideas to make more things about space science using arts and craft techniques. Now, if you need more ideas, please look at the Sun Space Art website where you will find lots more resources and ideas. There are Make It workshops and there are art and science workshops that you can do. If you want to see what other children have made, there are lots of ideas there as well. Please remember, using art and science together is a good way to learn. And I would like to say goodbye from me, Helen Shell, and goodbye from the Sun Space Art team.